Welcome to more Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Today we have some Group 3 cars around Blue Moon Raceway. And also, if y'all noticed, the car beside me, but not below me, is possibly the most famous of the Gran Turismo Sport live stream YouTubers, Marvin the Pianist. So, this race will also be on his channel. So remember to go check that out on his channel as well, because honestly his is a slight bit higher quality than mine. But mine has the Specialtatin, so that's still a good reason to watch, right? Right? Hopefully. But anyway, I'll go ahead and get to the Specialtatin here. 3, 2, 1, and they're off. I'm in the 4C because I've still yet to get the WRX, even though I think I literally have 34 of the 36 cars. And the two I don't have is a Volkswagen and the WRX, which are the two best at this track. Of course, my luck there. But nonetheless, I'm trying my best to get all I can out of the 4C here. And as of now, I'm not really doing too bad. I'm in second, literally exactly one link behind the leader, his car. That's how far I am away from the leader, is his full car. But I did have to back off a little bit there because that's a turn. I don't think I'm quite brave enough to bump draft through the turns. I think I am fast enough where I can keep up without having to bump draft through the turns, so I'd much rather not. If somebody's going to bump draft me on the turns, I wish them luck, but I'm most likely not going to bump draft you through the turns. But through the straightaway, if you're a clean driver, then I'll probably bump draft until the final lap or so. That's another thing too. If this being pretty much NASCAR or kind of a knockoff version of NASCAR and a knockoff NASCAR track, given that these sort of act like NASCARs, go around about the same speed as NASCARs, and this is pretty much a smaller Pocono. I know I've gotten requests before to do some dirty NASCAR. And I did do dirty NASCAR in my 500th video, but, I mean, well, I was going to say this isn't necessarily supposed to be dirty, but that was actually kind of sort of a bit dirty, but I think that was more dirty physics than anything there. I think the top car bumped off the wall, which then made me bump to the top car, and then that made the top car second and me in like third, and now I'm in fourth because that car in fourth had more draft and got up to third, and now I'm going to try to get back up to third, but anyway, my point being, this ain't necessarily dirty NASCAR, but, well, the more races I do on this track, the more chance there's going to be of getting a field of drivers who are a bit more dirty. And, well, I don't really race anymore in the dirty NASCAR stuff on GT6, so the people who actually do racing that in GT6, I don't necessarily know who you are, unless you're one of the people who's always been there, like RPM or a few others who's always been there. But unless you're one of them, I'm probably not going to know you, but that also kind of sort of means they don't know me either. But just because I don't race in dirty NASCAR anymore, it doesn't mean that I can't race dirty in a quote-unquote NASCAR race. This is pretty much a NASCAR race. But anyway, this race has actually been relatively clean so far. It's been cleaner, honestly, than I expected it to be. And, well, that's some pretty good racing around this general pack, but I don't really necessarily want to be in this general pack. I'm going to be with those lead two, but those lead two are battling pretty cotton picking hard there, so I'll try to catch up to them, and I think the two cars in front of me are thinking the same thing as far as I can tell. They do seem to still be racing clean, and they do seem to be drafting with each other, so maybe, just maybe the pack that I'm in can catch the lead two there. The lead two aren't necessarily a pack, but it's getting to be a pack pretty cotton picking quick there, so I'm going to try to make sure this can be a pack the best I can there. And I'll go ahead and draft with this car with the more momentum, so hopefully he stays drafting with me. Really, he'd have to hang me out to dry there. We both had more momentum than you trying to draft off of them, that's for sure, because I would have just ended up passing that car next to me and drafted with you with even more momentum, but no, because he didn't want to draft with me. That literally makes me about a second or so slower than if we were drafting with each other. So yeah, I'll remember that on the last lap. I'll leave you out to dry too, if it comes to that. But we're just going to have to see, folks. We're just going to have to see. That drafting didn't exactly work out in my favor there. But I do have the draft here and the momentum here, so I'll try to do something with this driver. Maybe he'll draft. We'll just have to see, folks. We'll just have to see. As of now, though, it looks like he is drafting pretty cotton picking good there. But again, I ain't going to draft in the turns. I'm not exactly good enough to do that yet. I'm okay at this course. I get the lines and all that, but I don't have the best car, and I don't necessarily have the best experience either. Actually, I probably have as much miles as anybody at an oval doing this kind of thing, but again, I haven't done it in many a year now. So again, the more I'll do it, the better I'll get with it again, but I guess, again, I can't really complain for now. I mean, I'm in fourth, and really, at any given time, that could change for the better or worse. So, I mean, there's still a chance I could win the race, even this far into the race. So, I guess that's pretty cotton picking good, folks. And another thing, I know people might hate me for this, but I actually do worse in general on this oval than I do on a road course. It shows that oval racing is just as hard, if not harder, than on an actual circuit. I know I might get dislikes for that, but this is actually one of the hardest ovals in any game I've ever raced on. It is sort of a dumbed down or smaller tricky triangle, but it definitely still is a tricky triangle. That's for sure. It's a smaller version. If anything, smaller makes it that much harder because it's even that much more braking. This one I think is 2 miles exactly, and Pocono is 2.5 miles exactly, so this one's smaller, but still pretty picking fast for a 2-miler. NASCAR's at like Michigan or something, you can get up to about 220 for their max speed at a 2-miler, which these can't quite do that. But really, I don't get why we can't tune these. I don't really understand that. In any oval racing ever, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to tune your car, especially with these fast of a car. But yet we ain't allowed to tune these. It don't really make sense. They even pretty much put NASCAR style horsepower in these. They have like 791 horsepower. NASCARs have like 800 or whatever, and actually on courses like this, they get a restrictor plate for the most part, and they only have like 450. So that doesn't really make sense that we're given more powerful cars, but we're not allowed to tune these powerful cars to actually go their max speed. I would say, with the draft included, these cars could probably go 220 or more if we could tune the transmission, and who knows how well they could do in the turns if we could tune the suspension and aero and all that. But whatever, I guess back to the racing and such, because whatever happened there definitely helped me out, and it's the final lap here, so I gotta help myself out about the best I can here. And, well, I'm in third, so I'll take that if need be, but given, holy Snaggies, well, that was a chain of events right yonder. I might not need to take third, but, well, I'm gonna have to channel my inner lead packer at Talladega or Daytona or whatever and bob and weave and even maybe sweeve around to be able to avoid getting past here. And, well, I don't really consider blocking dirty as such on an oval because if it's legal in NASCAR, it's probably legal in this, but Jiminy Cricket. Well, I definitely got a bump and a half there, so I might not need to block too much, but I think I will need to block a little bit, but not too much there, as I said. And, well, holy stikes, I got the bump at the century there, plus the top two wrecks, so that got me into the lead there, and that bump was able to keep me in the lead. So, yeah, I got the speed that I need to get the lead, and I kept it there, folks. So, I got the victory in relatively clean NASCAR. So, that was pretty cotton-picking cool. Really, for the bulk of that race, I wasn't necessarily expecting I was going to win. I knew I had a chance to, and, well, the chances ended up going my way, so I got the win for a relatively clean NASCAR for Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Yeehaw!